Welcome in and thanks for joining today's Stream Elements. Welcome in and thanks for joining today SMC Mai. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Clarkio. The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Clarkio. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Dian08.
FBI, open up!
Mic check 1 2.
Oh snap, there goes the channel, just raided with 13 odd ones. Oh snap. Just raided us with 13 viewers. Oh snap. Just raided us with 13 viewers. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Stony_Eagle. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Chef Azzo followed. Oh, hey Chef Azzo, thanks for hitting that follow button.
Hello, hello. Just start faster. Yo, thank you for the raid. Welcome in everybody from AO Stream. Stony, good to see you back. Just start faster. Just was that the raid call out that you all agreed upon? May with the 85 streams. Oh my goodness, May. You're amazing. Thank you for that continued support. Holy cow. Lurking while I get ready for the day. All right, sounds good. Sean, appreciate you. Ayo, thank you again for the raid and welcome in everybody from AO Stream. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Here we go. I was bullied into say that. Okay. All right. Sorry that you got bullied about that. Did you all know today is Wordle's birthday? Is it like original Wordle birthday or the day that New York Times took over Wordle? I'm suspicious of it all. New York Times, man. Ruining a good game. Thank you, May. Perfect timing. Music is low still? It's funny. Last stream, everybody's like, music's too loud. Hope that's better. Claps in chat. Awkward stairs.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Pilfers.
Hey, Pilfers. Eyebrow dance. You get a Slurp Suite invite yet? What is that? What's Slurp Suite? Slurp sweetly on these nuts. You did get me. Good one. I hadn't heard that one before. Well played, well played, well played. I love a good D's nuts joke. Woo! All right. Let's kick this off. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for being here. I'm your host, Clarkio. This is the Clarkio Shenanigans Show. Every Friday on twitch.tv/Clarkio and youtube.com/Clarkio at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is loud in my ear hole. Turn that down a little bit. Appreciate you tuning in right here on twitch.tv and youtube.com/Clarkio. I'm your host, And what do we have in store for you today? If this is your first time, we start off just chatting like this, talking about wins of the week. If you don't know what wins of the week is, you can use the command in chat WOTW exclamation point WOTW to learn more about that. Then we get into Wordle and connections, and I have a new one that I learned about this past week called Poople. Very on brand, very good. Very good game that's perfect for this community here. Then after that, we will get into the technical portion of the show. However, today I need to do a shorter stream since we're going into the Father's Day weekend. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Also, happy Juneteenth. I was going to say June 13th. Juneteenth. For those of you in the U.S. that maybe get the holiday off as well. Good to reflect on that. And what else? Yeah, so I was talking about how I need to leave a little early today. Well, not a little, like pretty early today, like around 2:30-ish. I got to end stream. PM, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. I got a thing with my kids' school/camp that I got to go to. And then we have more stuff, family stuff going on in the evening. So just a heads up on that. Keep me honest with that. For folks that are helpful in keeping track of that.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today. A lack of hygiene.
Yes, we're going to talk about that lack of hygiene. Thank you for asking. Appreciate you following up with that. The short answer is good, but I will talk about more of that with my wins of the week. So if any or all that interests you, I hope you stick around and hang out. If not, I want you to use your time wisely. Don't waste it on me then. Go do something more productive with your time, and maybe I'll see you in a future stream. Okay? If you do decide to go, I hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend, and maybe see you in the future stream. So let's kick things off with the wins of the week. First one I'll go with for me personally. Yes, we'll do that. Excuse me, we'll do that as well, May. Thank you for that reminder. I will say, so last week, thank you all that were here and indulged me when I did a practice run of my talk that I had put together around AI skills, rules, hooks, and MCPs, because I had to do a talk at a meetup, and it went well. The travel there went smoothly. Being that we had a good turnout, probably around 30 people in total, maybe a little bit more or less from that, for the first time of this type of meetup that we're trying to start in the area. And so that was great to see. I was expecting like less than that. I was expecting like maybe 10 people at most. So that's great to see. And it went well. I feel like it was received well. I had a lot of good questions at the end, a lot of good discussion at the end of it. And it sounds like from my colleague that runs like managing all the different chapters of this meetup group that's across the globe, he told me like, hey, as a result of this, we have people reaching out that want to sponsor it and like do more with it. So I was like, okay. So, and he's saying this is a direct result of the quality of the talk that you did. So I was like, okay, cool. That's great to hear. So, very happy about that. That's definitely a win of the week. What else? Family's happy and healthy. That's another one I like to lean on, because those of you that are parents, you know, kids get sick quite often. So going stretches of time without being sick is great. And we gotta recognize that. Work's going well. Speaking of work, hashtag not an ad, not endorsed, not sponsored or anything like that. I'm off from work today anyway, but, shout out to my company Snyk, SNYK.io. You can check us out there. Videos have been going well there. One little note about that, things might be changing. I'm giving you all a fair warning. If you are tuned into the Snyk YouTube channel, which, I run and create the content for, along with some other folks every now and then from the company, things might be changing there. Like, I don't know if I'm going to keep up the same cadence of weekly videos. We might slow down on that, or we might stop for a period of time. We'll see what happens, but we got some potential changes coming in that regard. But very grateful for my team and my leadership that on days where I normally work on Friday, they allot me the Friday afternoons to be able to do this and keep my skills up with this. So win of the week there, though, the video that's coming out on Monday, I'm really excited about. It's a follow-up to the AI. It's actually a follow-up to the talk that I did too, around AI skills, rules, hooks, and MCPs. It actually goes and demos showing them how to set any of them up, how to set all of them up, little caveats and gotchas with that, things to look out for, all tailored to Claude Code, but it can be applied to other tool AI models and tools that go with those. So keep that in mind if you check it out. It's about 20 minutes long, but it does a demo of each thing, like setting up a rules file, setting up skills, setting up hooks, and setting up an MCP server. Okay. So you can, and we'll have it timed out with chapter, time codes in the description so that you can just jump to what you want to see and learn more about how to do. I thought maybe as a result, we might break that out into like separate videos for each one if it makes sense. But for now, we have it all as one video. So it's a little bit on the long side, but I thought the idea is people can just jump to the chapter that they want for whatever topic is more interesting to them. So I'm excited about that one. Put a lot of work in. That one took a lot longer to do than I thought it was going to be. But I'm excited about that. So that's another win too, is getting that video out the door and seeing where things go with that. Also, a previous video this from Monday this week is doing really well relative to some of our past videos. We've had a little bit of a slump in our numbers, but I think it's partly seasonality, partly we used to have a lot of like another team within the company would put a lot of like ad spend around other unlisted videos that we had that would be ads for promoting Sneak. And I think that boosted our numbers previously. So like all my target numbers are now skewed as a result of that. But anyway, I digress. Things are going well there, learning a lot, doing more things, and just might be shifting a little bit the cadence there and what I might be focusing on. So just a heads up on that if you are tuned into the Sneak YouTube channel and what I'm doing on that. So those are my wins of the week. I think I might have more, but I'm blanking on the rest right now. So in the meantime, let me read what you all are sharing there. I love to see the wins from the community to help kick off the stream. Pilfer says, I invented that D's nuts joke yesterday. Got the CISO of a major security firm with it. Nice. Oh, it's because it's so uncommon. Slurp sweetly on nuts. That was crazy. Speaking of Pilfer's win of the week, I got Clarkio with the D's nuts joke. Execution was flawless. Yes, you did a fantastic job on that. Round of applause for Pilfers getting me with the D's nuts. Lazy in Spirit, thank you for being here. And I see your first time chat. You said you deleted all MCPs from Claude Code and call them directly when I need to save tokens. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. I totally understand where you're coming from with that. We can talk more. That was part of the questions that I got in response to my talk on the topic too. So we can talk more about that in a moment. I was just wanted to at least acknowledge you for you being here for the first time and chatting for the first time. So thank you for that. Let me catch up on some of the past chat though. AO says, oh, by the way, what was the record on the long streak last time? In terms of what level we got up to for words on stream? Is that what you're referring to, AO? If that's what you are referring to, we got up to 818 was the highest. You said yes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, 818. And it spanned like multiple streams. In fact, I'm looking at what we have right now for what's the current state of words on stream, and it looks like we're up to level 303 is our next level right now. I keep thinking that's not right because I feel like we ended on a lower level last time. But right now, we can potentially make a run again, or continue a run at least. But we're on level 303. It's crazy. I guess words on stream change things behind the scenes where they keep the game's state intact longer now. So that's fantastic to see. I wonder if you like let it sit for too long, like maybe it's like 2 weeks, that they'll like cut it then, So that's another win right there, I'll say, is seeing words on stream keep the game state intact weeks apart. Love to see it. Stoney says, you would not believe what complaint I have gotten about my app. Tell us. Mr. Designer complained about my app being too fast. And can you believe this guy? No way. Really? Too fast? I don't think I've ever heard that. Actually, I have. I have, because the human condition is like if things don't take at least like a half, like when you click on some type of action to do something, if it happens too instantaneously, your mind thinks it didn't work, like something went wrong actually, even if it did go successful. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Nafron? How you been, man? What's your win of the week? That's what we're doing right now. It's good to see you. So I kind of understand that, Stony. May says, how is sister and baby? They are doing fantastic. Everybody's happy and healthy there too. That's another win. I'll call that out. We will be going to see them next month. I'm excited for that. How will I know it is 9:30 Central Time every day but Tuesday? LOL. What do you mean every day? Really? Tuesdays you don't have daylight savings time or something? I don't think I get that. May, I'm sorry. I'm not following. I'm back up to Lazy and Spirits. I delete all my MCPs from Cloud Code and call them directly when I need to. I am curious what you mean by call them directly. Like you call them outside the scope of the chat with Claude Code and then you paste the results into it or something, or what? Like, how are you doing that? But regardless, I understand why you would go that route to save tokens, considering how the increase in cost of tokens nowadays is going up. And I think it's only going to continue to go up. And two, MCPs can eat up a lot of your context of your token context too. What my way of doing it right now, so this did come up as a question in response or at the end of my talk last weekend. Someone in the audience was talking about how MCPs can eat up a lot of their context and like, what do I do to manage that? And I personally have not really run into MCP. I know that they're capable of eating up context, but I have not run into that because my answer was I'm a very paranoid person in general. And so I don't like to add a lot of extensions, plugins to my browsers, to my IDE, or an MCP to my, AI tooling. So I tend to limit the ones I use. So that's one of the reasons why I don't. But in the same sense, I would still, let's say I wasn't as limited, or I didn't hold back as much or be more stringent about the MCPs I use. I would still scope them to just the ones I need for the purpose of what I'm trying to work on or for that particular project. And that was my other answer in response to that. So those are ways outside of what Lazy and Spirit is sharing of deleting the MCPs from Claude Code and calling them directly. Those are ways I tend to deal with that. Sean, I see your message, win of the week. Sean created a custom Terraform provider yesterday to replace a bunch of conditional Terraform code, and it worked. That's awesome to hear. Congrats on that, and thank you for sharing, Sean. Round of applause in chat. Lazy and Spirits follow-up says, yes, sometimes Claude Code loads everything in every turn if not configured properly and just melts through your 5-hour usage limits. Exactly, yes. We're definitely got to be more token economics conscious nowadays than we ever had to be before, because everything was being heavily subsidized by any provider, let alone Anthropic with Claude. So Sean added a second win. I'm currently making breakfast sandwich, bagel, eggs, and bacon. Oh, I'm jealous. That sounds delicious. Congrats on that. Thank you for sharing. Love to hear it. May says YouTube videos. Stony says, I prefetch on hover and the loading spinner shows up too short, making it look like a glitch rather than a feature. There you go. See? I had a feeling that's where it was going. Nafron's win of the week. I just came back for a 2-mile run outside. Was it nice out? Did you enjoy the run? Congrats on that. That's great to hear. Keep up the health. The healthy movement. Thank you for sharing as well, Nafron. Sean says, for me, the main one I would use is the GitHub MCP, and I just leverage the GitHub CLI. Right, like why not? Yeah. In that situation, you could just tell the model to use the GitHub CLI, right? Although that could still, like if it doesn't use it efficiently, but you can have a GitHub skill that lets the model know how to use the GitHub CLI efficiently, right? I would avoid saving them in an env file. What was that in response to? Oh, Lazy and Spirit says, save all my API keys in an env file and use /skills to tell Claude to use a tool. Okay, interesting. I agree with Sean. Yeah, we got to be careful. I actually have a video on the YouTube channel. Let me get it for you. The case against .env. I personally have not taken my own advice, so let me add that little caveat. Not fully, at least, let's say. But if you go to SneakSec, let me see. Let me get the exact video for you, Lazy and Spirit. I think you'll find this interesting. It might sway you in how you think of your .env file, especially in the age of AI right now. It's one of our best received videos too. Where is it? Is it that old? Man, so many weeks ago, huh? Where are you? There it is. Oh my gosh, it's from 8 months ago. I feel like it feels like it was more recent. All right, I'm dropping the link in chat for you, Lazy Spirit. Check this out. It's a video on my argument against using .env files. I mean, you could do that, Lazy Spirit, saving them in a file outside the project directory instead, but it's still not as good as using one of these other tools that are out there. That like there are other tools that will, depending on which one you want to go with, you store them elsewhere and they get injected in at the time of need rather than just sitting there in plain text on your machine type of thing. So that's the idea. Whenever they're sitting on your machine in a file in plain text, you got to assume that anything, especially with AI, even if you tell it not to look at those files, it will read those files. Whether it means to or not, it will end up getting and seeing and having visibility to that. And then that, once it's off your machine, sure, maybe the, model's not going to do anything with it, but it could pop up in other people's responses for whatever reason or another. It could get compromised in other ways. Like that, you don't want, like, in any situation, if something or someone else has seen the value of your keys, your environment variables, your secrets, your connection strings, you gotta rotate them and come up with new ones, right? So this helps kind of avoid that, in my opinion. It's an added layer. Yes, true. As A Lack of Hygiene says, and now Anthropic will retain those env files for 30 days at least. Yep. Right, and then the model could be trained on that information or whatnot. The things are being exposed outside of your control that you may or may not be happy with, right? So that's the idea behind it. Again, I say that I still have not broken the habit of using .env files myself because of the convenience factor of it, right? To me, it's at least a layer better than hard coding it in your source code, but it's not much better nowadays. So there's that. Where did I leave off in chat? Ayo says, I love when AI influencers are telling us to use AI as a tutor and simply ask the LM why it did a thing in a certain way, but that just burns more usage. Like, I can't afford an AI tutor now. True, yeah, that's happening. So something that I really need to dive, speaking of AI and the cost of AI, the thing that's on the top of my to-do list of want to do and experiment with, just like with any technologies, right? We all have this either mental running list or maybe a physical or digital list that you have somewhere of things that you've heard about and you want to dive deeper into and you haven't got to yet. One of those things for me, and the top thing for me, is local AI. I want to use models that are tailored specifically just for coding, for one, so that they're smaller in size, not these big frontier models that are trained on anything and everything across the internet. I don't need all that. I just need a model that will assist me and make me more help me be more productive in building software in the way that I like to build software. So I really want to, and then on top of that, if it's all local, it's not costing anything other than my CPU time on my machine or my GPU time on my machine. So that is going to be my next adventure. But the big thing that's holding me back or causing enough friction to hold me back from really diving deeper into it is I don't like putting so much on one PC. Like on my last PC before this one I've had for 3-ish years now. Yeah, I think it's 3, maybe going on 4. Or it might be, yeah, I think it's 3 going on 4 years, somewhere around there. So it's not that old of a computer. It's still relatively top of the line and, in terms of performance and stuff like that. But with my last PC before that, it was in a similar situation that I built myself, and I loaded everything on it for everything that I like to do, whether it was for live streaming and making videos on it, that's 1, for gaming on it, that's 2, for coding on it. But when it comes to coding, I had WSL set up and I had Docker containers, and I just had overloaded it with so much stuff that because of that, over time, it just started degrading the performance of that computer. And so with this one, I've taken on the principle of I'm going to keep it as minimal as possible. And so that's part of my friction of like doing things locally. But what I might do, what I was thinking about doing is setting up, I still have that old desktop PC that's just sitting cold in a closet. I'm thinking about setting that up and connecting to that remotely essentially and using that as my AI machine. Load up local models on it and do things like that. So that might be the avenue I go. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on where things might go in terms of my AI journey. Lazy in Spirit says, that's why I put them in .git ignore. Sure, but do you think the AI models are going to honor that git ignore 100% of the time? Do you truly feel confident in that and believe that? So that's something to think about. I don't because I know for a fact that maybe it's close to 100% of the time. Maybe it's close to 100% of the time it would honor ignoring those files and not read any files that are in the git ignore file. But I've seen it look at files that are in the git ignore file, and like in the the logs of the chat window, what it's doing. I've seen that happen. So once I saw that, I was like, that doesn't matter what I tell the AI to do. It's going to read that file. Would you save them in a file outside order? We already read that. Still catching up on chat here a bit. Lazy. Wait. I missed too much here. Let me back up. And now Anthropic. I do not trust Anthropic's as leading. So then what? You trust OpenAI? My whole thing is like, if you're going to say you're not going to trust one of them, then that should apply to all of them. And I agree. I don't really fully trust any of them. I mean, trusting any company is a mistake. I should have read the next message. Sean, on the same page. AO says local is the future. I agree. I think local is the future. Sean says, if you want help with that, let me know, Clark. Okay, yeah, I'll take you up on that, Sean, for sure. Lazy in Spirit. But the more you learn from AI, the less you're dependent on AI. I don't know if I really follow with that. I hear what you're saying, and I could see how that'd be a possibility. I just don't know that that's fully the case 100% of the time. I need to think more on that, I think. AO says, I need a new Mac because mine isn't good enough. Fair enough. Hygiene agrees that local's the future, but the future ain't here yet and will likely require new hardware for most people. Yeah, like you need that's the other thing is like, it depends on the type of model that you're trying to run locally. If you run a small one that is, again, very focused on a certain task, you can get away with fairly, mid-range hardware and use a lot of what you already have. But there's a possibility that you need more depending on the purposes and the tasks that you're trying to use that model for locally. So, yep. Hygiene says, what I want is a portable brain, like a USB hard drive, but instead of data or just data, it's portable inference, pluggable into any PC or possibly even into my router for networked inference. Yeah, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. The thing is, like, can it run off, like, because like that's, does it still, as of right now, models need a combination, they need RAM, right? That's partly why RAM prices have increased so much over the past year, this year, right? So how would that work off of a thumb drive? I'm not sure. AO says, I want to run Fable on local. MOE could make it happen. What's MOE? MOE could make it happen. MOE. I'm not familiar with that acronym. Mixture of expert? Okay. I had not heard of that shorthand before. Or really even mixture of expert. Mixture of expert meaning like the model type. It's a mixture of expertise. A very large model running on a small amount of RAM. Okay. So it only loads in based on the, so is it something like based on the prompt it receives, it only loads into memory the part of that model that's necessary for that prompt? Is that what we're saying? There's a way to only focus a portion of the whole model. Oh, okay. Wow, I I just kind of deduced that from what you said. I had not heard or seen this stuff before. Very interesting. The model doesn't load all parameters at once, only the ones that matter most. Okay, very cool. I'm not sure it'd be a thumb drive, at least at first. It would probably be like an older portable 3.5-inch hard disk drive size. Why do you say that? What's the difference between like a disk drive versus like a solid state thumb drive type of thing? Lazy in spirit. That's why you tell AI something like you are a physicist at the beginning of a prompt. Okay. Interesting. If you want to ask something about physics. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. I had not heard of this mixture of expert topic before. But yeah, that's, I mean, probably because I've not been I haven't dove deep into the open weights aspect of models and like the open source models that are out there. I know of them. I've explored Hugging Face a little bit here and there, but I haven't really done a deep dive into it to learn it more in depth. Hygiene says thumb drive would be too small for the RAM/CPU combo needed for inference at the scale I'm thinking of, at least right now. Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Good topic. Good discussion. I'm happy to keep it going, but being that I'm caught up on chat here, I'm going to go into what we're going to do for the rest of the stream now. So we're going to do Wordle, which, as I mentioned earlier, apparently is Wordle's birthday, but I'm wondering, like, birthday, what does birthday describe here? Is it like when Wordle was created by the original developer behind it, or when New York Times took over? We'll play Connections. We're going to try a new game called Poople. It's pretty funny. Pretty cool. Pretty tough, too. And then we'll play Words on Stream, and that's going to be it for today. I have a hard stop around 2:30, 2:45-ish. More like 2:30, probably. Mrs. Clark would be happier with that. It's the main reason DeepSeek went viral in 2024. Yeah. Just open LM Studio or Unsloth web interface to run stuff locally. It's great. Okay, I have to check it out. Yeah, 1 hour, 20 minutes, Sean. Thank you. So with that in mind, I'm going to jump into Wordle. All right, I always guess what's chart here. Build a puzzle for Father's Day. Get out of here. Oh, we got nothing on the first guess. That stinks. Get it? Get it? Get it? Let's try that. Okay, we got an I and an E. All right, here's my chance to get in 3. Clearly, it's farts. You're so funny. I don't even know what to guess now. I'm thinking of words that all end in E, but I can't end in E. What about cakes? Is a birthday word after all? Does it though? Because it isn't charts. Like I'm thinking given, right? But like that's not gonna work. And N is not in there. Find. Piled. Plied. Lie. No, it's not. There's no D. Employ. Emit. X-I-X-E-X. I feel like if it ends in an E like that, or not end in an E, but like if it has the E in that position, it's got to end in like an N, a D, a Y. Likey? No, it's not likely that that's the direction this went in. Climb. Lean? There's no N. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Right. Okay. Empire. Epic. Septic. I'm really, so for folks that are not familiar with this, I try to get it in 3 or less guesses because that gives me a point. We do like a yearly competition to see if I can get enough points to beat you all. You all get a point if it takes me 3 or more guesses. If I fail completely, you all get 3 points, and you have a commanding lead. I feel like I need to just, I don't know if there's even a chance for me to come back at this point. I guess I have enough streams ahead that there's a chance, but we'll see. I feel like you need to adjust the rules. I think so. I think I need to get it in 4 or less guesses. Also, unless you're Yanni, who can just magically get it in 3 or less guesses all the time. I don't know if those of you that are in the Discord, speaking of, !Discord, or go to clarkio.com Discord. If you like playing daily games like this, word games, we have a section in the Discord dedicated around just that, where we share results. I have a Wordle bot that will capture your results for you and keep track of your stats. That way you don't have to rely on the New York Times for that and pay the New York Times to do it. And stuff like that. But yeah, I'm getting very suspicious of Yanni. So Yanni, if you're watching this, lurking, or you see this later on, what's your deal, dude? It's like statistically improbable for you to have the results that you have had so consistently for weeks on end. And I think maybe once or twice you have gotten it in more than 3, where it was like, and it was 4 guesses. Never have you gotten, have I seen 5 or 6 or a failure out of Yanni. And Yanni, I think Yanni's shared that like English is not his first language either. So something's going on there. I'm just saying, just calling it out. It's making me a little like not want to play Wordle, if I'm being honest. And I think other people might feel the same way in there. Because that's the thing that like if again, I'm not saying it's definitive, but if somebody is cheating in Wordle inside our Discord, like it's an honor system, and it really like ruins the fun of it if we're truly just, trying to like see who's got it the best that day. And if it's the same person every day, why are we doing it? So we shouldn't try to help, right? Correct, Hygiene. For this, yeah, you don't want to help me with this. Oh, I want to guess like juice now too, but it ends in E. Lice. I'm just gonna go with it. Micey. That's not even a word. I could guess dicey, but D is not in there. Ooh, what about libel? Oh, dang. Where do these letters go then? Gotta be flipped then? Something like EI? Why am I? EI? Is it? Oh, I want to guess weird, but there's no R either. Bane. There's no N. Why did I guess that? Oh boy, I'm in trouble. What is this word? I'm not getting anything. I'm running out of letters here. I should not have guessed N there though, but that's whatever. What if it starts with E? Yeah, it could start with E. Evoli? Evely? Reveille? Elope. Emote. Evoke. I think I'm going to send that. Oh, no, there's no I. I need to guess with I. I think it'll block me. Yeah, it must contain I. I play in hard mode, too. For folks that don't know, hard mode is like any revealed hints must be used in subsequent guesses. Eject. So I think if it's gonna start with E, where's the I go? The I has to end. So it's something I goes here or goes here. And E either goes here or here.
Peanut butter cup.
Oh, we got a Kybal, aka the means to getting peanut butter in my mouth hole.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Rugmat.
Hey, Rugmat, good to see you, bud. What you win of the week if you got one to share? Oh, we got blueberries today too. Oh my. Mm-hmm. Poetic. No. I'm in a bind here, chat. Win of the week finally on the mend from a tooth infection of some sort. Oh man, well, glad to hear you're on the mend for that. AO says, I'm no good words here. I guess start with E and end in I. Yeah, I just got to think of words that start with E and end in I, though, you know? Emoji? Is that it? Emoji? Oh my gosh. Oh, I got lucky there. Let's share that. I'm going to drop it in the Discord. We're going to go to the Discord Wordle channel. Let me show you that for folks that don't know. Again, !point Discord or go to clarkio.com/Discord. I share my results by hiding it with the pipe. Happy 5th birthday, Wordle.
And thanks for joining today, Frakberg.
What's up, Frakberg? Frakberg, perfect timing. Just got the Wordle in. Update the results here. Jump to that message. Edit it. You all are up to see it's 20-4 and 82-34 lifetime. Today, the 19th. We'll save that. All right. I want you all to like look at something here. You tell me if this is suspicious, okay? This is Yanni.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today's Wordly Out.
Thank you. Now, would this be suspicious on its own? No, that happens. People get a lucky guess, right? This was yesterday. Okay. The day before that, 1825. You got to look at the Wordle number, 1826. 2 days in a row. Okay. Before that, 3. Before that, 3. Before that, 3. Before that. Where is he? Ooh, a 4. Okay. 3. 2. Three. See, that's a 2 attempt right there where it's not luck. Like it's pretty definitive, right? 3. Oh, a 4. 2 4s. Okay, I was wrong. I said 1 in the past few weeks. That's 2. 3. 3. 4. Okay, I must have missed these 4s then. 3. 3. 2. 3. 3. This is a lucky one for me, right? 2. You see a trend here, chat? 3. Is it just me? Is it just me? Is it just me? Or like, you can be honest with me. Is it like, am I looking too closely or looking too much into this? Like it's an honest thing, or is it kind of suspicious? I mean, if you look at everybody else, it's a mixed bag of what people get. Sean says definitely sus. Okay, I'm glad at least one other person. Can you run a query and see their average? I could. I don't. Where's the database for this? You know, let me see. Let me see really quick. I haven't logged into the database in a while. Hold on a second. I think I'm signed up via GitHub on this one. Wordle games. Show me the data. Scores. All right. Filter on Discord ID. Can I do that here? Discord ID equals this. Apply. And then sort by... Oh, I don't have date in here? Oh, we can sort by game number. Okay, I think I could show you all this. It's safe to show. There's nothing being... All right, here's my database for the Discord Wordle bot. You can know much faster than doing a query. How do they speak in chat usually? Big words, good phrasing. If not, then definitely sus. Lack of high. Oh, let me back up. They aren't on the leaderboard because you need to opt in for that rug mat. That's why. Sean says I was thinking histogram. See the various bell curves of players. Yeah, Frackberg, Yanni's not opted in for the leaderboard. Maybe that's precisely why. Hygiene says, maybe you could task an agent with analyzing people's results and determine how far out of standard deviation they are. Yeah. Maybe an issue for the bot. If not opted in, don't count result. Maybe. Well, so the thing is with that, Frackberg, the idea is like some people, the whole opt-in, by default, you're opted out. And maybe you just want to share your results in there and have something for your own personal records of your results, right? Rather than relying on the New York Times or having to pay the New York Times for them storing the data and that type of thing. Sorry, drop some fruit on the desk here making a mess. So that's why I default that way. And maybe people don't want their data public or their username public on the leaderboard on my website. So that's why it's opt in by choice type of thing. All right, so we're looking at his results. They're right here. All the way back to the first one that he's ever shared in the channel that's been captured by the bot. And then down to the most recent one, okay? 3344, 3332, 3333. Oh, a 5. I don't think I've ever seen him do 5 before, so that's interesting to see. 4, 3333, 3333, 4, 2, 334, 2. This is the results right here, by the way. The is win is like this is relative to the Discord channel. Like the win is you outright got it in the least amount of guesses where nobody else got that same number of guesses. Otherwise, it's a tie if somebody else got it in that least amount. So that's where the is win or is tie comes into play. And if it's a 1 or a 0, that's what that indicates. And this is the number of attempts and guesses it is right here, number 3. So that's the data right there. So if we look like all the recent ones, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4. It's just an insane run. It just does not feel natural to me. Based on what I've like, think about of all like, you know, it's a small sample size, but of the handful of people that have come in and played, some people have played it more often and then they stopped completely. Some people have been playing consistently since we started doing this. And what I've seen is we've had this in the past actually with other people that would come in and they would just all of a sudden they're getting the wins every day. And it's not competitive anymore. And I'm like, well, what's the deal here? This is supposed to be like a, you know, it's a free way of like sharing, you know, it's supposed to be fun. That to me, it takes the fun out of it if somebody is kind of having this type of you know, success streak. Seems off to me compared to what I've seen other players do.
An ad is about to
anyway,
in 2 minutes on Twitch.
It's just like a little spidey sense going off with this that's been making me a little bit discouraged in playing Wordle and sharing the results anymore. And I was curious to see what you all thought. And that's why I'm bringing this up and talking about it. Is there a particular time of day that the account posts the results at? I don't think he's necessarily doing it in an automated way. I think he might... I don't know. I just think there's something odd going on there. It just seems odd to have this level of consistency of getting 3 or less and like so many 2s and so many, you know what I mean? So to get so many 2s and 3s, it's just very odd to me. It's not like, I'm not saying it's impossible, let's put it that way, but it seems very odd because of what I've seen from other people that have shared their results in the channel before. Yeah, no 1s. It's really hard to get it in one guess though, Ayo.
An ad is about to start in 1 minute on Twitch.
It's hard to get it in one guess. What do you mean I did it though? What do you mean I did in one guess? Guess means like on the first attempt. Like you only make one guess of a word and you get it on the first try. Did I show one where I got on the first try? No, I've gotten it in 2. That's the best I've ever done. We can look at my my results. All right. 4, 5, 6, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4, 3. I failed completely. That's what the X is. 5, 6. Let me go to the more recent ones. Actually, how many are per page?
Starting now and will go for 180 seconds.
Holy crap. There's 13. I've played 1,383 games. But like you can see mine. There's quite a variation of scores and results. You get what I'm saying? A 2 is pretty rare. And 3 is like even more rare. Or no, sorry. 2 is probably the, well, 1 is the rarest. 2 guesses is pretty rare. 3 is, fairly rare, but kind of common. 4, 5, 6, like those are typical. You should see more of that, I think, in my opinion, especially if, at least for me, I mean, obviously I put my own constraints on it where I start with the same word every time. Some folks start with different words every time. That's I think an advantage because there's going to be times where you just get really lucky start word. But yeah. And so Yanni's played 128 of them. I wonder if, can I run a query against this? Open in SQL. I'm not really good with SQL. To like spin something up real quick. But you get the idea. All right, I digress. Enough of that. It's helpful to hear that other people agree it's a little suspicious. But yeah, I like the idea. I might do that where I'll have like AI analyze and see if it's a significant deviation from the median range that people get. Is there a particular time of day that they can't post their results? Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a good point. Maybe there's some commonality. I'm assuming what you're going with that is like it's an automated thing that's doing it, but I don't know that he would go that far with it. If they're, yeah, AO again says again, if they're good with words in general, it could happen. Sure. Sure. What else I missed in chat here? Maybe an issue for the bot if not opted in. AO says you can know much faster than doing a query. Yeah, but Yanni still wins in quotes for the day. So if anyone else comes in, it counts as a loss. Yes. Yes. Yeah, the regularity is suspicious, but then again, if you got a good vernacular, you might have an easier time. But yeah, 3s that often is interesting. I think even if you have a good vernacular where you can think of a lot of words, like I don't know, I still don't know that that's necessarily an advantage there. I feel like my suspicion is you know the word, and so that you don't come off as suspicious, you guess something close to that word within the first 2 attempts, and then you get it on the 3rd, at least. Anyway, let's play connections. Actually, let's play words on stream because I want to eat. Oh shoot, but we're at level 303. Do we have enough people to play and keep it going? All right, let's just play connections. You all can help out with this. What 4 words have some type of connection between all of them? That's what we got to do for this game, connections. And then we'll get into Poople. Poople's fun. What? That doesn't go together? What is this today? Oh, miso paste?
Welcome in and thanks for joining today 420 Cumwich.
Beginner piano pieces? Where do you see that? Congrats on the win of the week. Frackberg shared he got a medal. That's right. He went across the globe, or well, overseas, and rode a crazy challenge, biking challenge. So big round of applause for Frackberg on that. Heart and Soul, Chopsticks, Fiora Lisa. Are those like songs or something? What is that? Things a beginner might learn on the piano. Oh, jeez. Okay. Nice catch, 420. I flew to Sweden with my bike, rode 320 kilometers or about 198 miles around a lake. And all I got to show for it was a medal and sore legs. AO says miso, Vegemite, Parmesan, and soy sauce, like condiments. Umami rich foods. Okay. Umami. Yep. There we go, Sean. We got AO got you covered there. All right, down to the last two connections. Right, exactly. Well, I mean, Parmesan, would you consider Parmesan a food? Anything's food once. I don't know what teetotal is either. Teetotal is not drinking or doing drugs. Really? I've never heard that before.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Was Plus But.
Oh, really? It's a noun. Spinderella and Viscount. I don't know, like nouns. They don't go together, no. Not even close. Dim sum's like a type of food. Fortune cookie. Today I learned I'm a teetotaler. Yeah. Time machine. I don't know. Like predicting the future. Time machine. I felt like this was teetotal, like describing a person. You're a people person. You're a teetotal. You spend a lot. Spin a lot. I don't know. What's Viscount? Viscount.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Rugmat.
A member of the peerage, above a baron but below a count or earl. Oh. Wait. I see something. Actually, I think somebody, you leave me out of this? You're a dim someone. Rugman says hint teetotal. Yes, I think I'm seeing that as well. So total, sum, tally, and count. That's a silly one. I don't like that. What is this though? What do we think that category is? What is the connection? It's gonna be something you hate? Yeah, same here. You think it's time? Starting with magazines? Oh my Lanta. Fortune magazine, People magazine, Time magazine. What the heck is this? Yes, exactly, Frackberg. I don't understand them. I'm dropping that in the connections channel as well. Chat help. All right, now we're gonna do poople. All right, so here, read this for a second so you can see what this game's about. It is very hard, May. Yep. Thank you, Sean, for the time check. Spin Magazine? I don't think I've heard that. All right. So the idea is we want to get to the word poop. And the way we get to the word poop is by changing one letter at a time from this starting word. So it has to be a valid word that you come up with. And you got to change the letter slowly to be poop, P-O-O-P, or the letters for poop, that is. It's an American music magazine. Okay, makes sense. And you want to do it as few attempts as possible. Show stats. No, it doesn't show my stats. I've only played. So let's look at like yesterday's. Actually, I want to see how yesterday's is. So yesterday's starting word was quiz. The next best guess was quit, suit. Okay, I think I was close to that. What did I have on mine? Oh, I didn't save it, did I? Did it save or does it... Can I look at my past ones or no? Dang it. I don't think I can. That's the one thing. I wish they saved it with like your guesses so you could see what your past guesses were. I definitely did quit and then I did suit. I don't know if I did that or that. But you see how it goes? You go? Does help work here? Maybe. We could try it. Well, we got to get there, though, right? We got to go... You can only change one letter at a time. You can't change multiple letters at a time. So we could go like half. And then help. Let's see if help even works. Not in the word list. So we can't go to help. Help. Not in the word list either. Kale. Yeah, it's hard. We could do caulk. I don't think that's a good starting word though, or start to go from, because we got to get, because you kind of have to think of the next word ahead. Can you convert that into a word that has one of the letters for poop? That's basically... All right, it's caulk spelled that way. Thanks, Sean. I think we got to go half. That's the only one, unless there's another option. Calm. We could do calm. But then I don't know what the next word would be. It could be palm. Oh, yeah, we could do calm and then palm. Let's do that. Palm. There we go. Oh man, now we're heading down a path here. I can only change one letter now. I can do pale and then pole. Pale. Pole. So now we got P-O. Pole. Pole. Is pote a word? We could do pote. But then we got to think, what are we going to have after that? Pote. Well, pole. Yeah, pole. Then pool. And then poop. This is the path. We did it. Nice, chat. Nice. We did. Oh, that's not even the best way? We were 2 away from the correct... It should... Best solution is 5 guesses. Damn, I thought that was pretty good. So there's two things I don't like about this, or that I wish, not that I don't like, that I wish they would add to this game, is when you copy the results. Let me show you what happens actually. All right, we're gonna go into Poople. You see what it shows? Also, it doesn't need to share that link every time, but it just shows that. And so the way you read it is, I took 7 out of the 5 guesses, so I went 2 over. But it never shows you the correct path until the next day. So that's why I was like, you can see down here it says yesterday. Well, where are we? Yesterday's answer, right? And then I don't remember what I guessed, other than I know I did quit, I know I did suit, and I don't know what I did after that to get to there. But that's a pretty cool game. And then like it basically stems from our dad invented this game to keep us occupied on family road trips, and now you can play. I was like, what a cool game. Of course it was dad doing poop jokes. It's on the web, the path. Like if you like, I can Google it. What in the world? Full answer. Poopleanswer.com. Okay, I got it, chat. Calf to poop. Call, Paul, pole, pool, poop. Good catch, May. You know who, to bring it back full circle, you know who would get it in the correct amount of guesses every single time?
Joining today, I still wear tighty whities.
What's up? You still wear tidy whities. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. You know who would guess it in the correct guesses every single time? The same person that we suspect for Wordle cheating. Hey, Walter White. So there you have it. All right, let's play a little words on stream, huh? We'll do that for the rest of the stream. He got some explaining to do. Here's the Wasp Plus mirror if you want this. Or you can get the regular mirror this way. Pin that. You're going to be out. Have fun in the word. Thank you, AO. Thank you again for the raid again, buddy. Appreciate it. All right. Being that we're at such a high level right now in this, to try and keep that going, is everybody ready? Or do you want to ping people that typically like to play here that aren't here yet? I'm going to give it a minute or two for that to happen while I eat. It's all liquidy now. Peanut butter. Yeah, we could do that, May, but that confuses people, like having to go over to that other chat to play. You know? I think we just let it ride. Plus, I'm eating anyway. That way I can focus. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I think it was a good thought. All right, got some background noise here, but everybody ready? Type ready in the chat. And here's the thing. Listen, you don't have to be good at this game. I want you to just look, see the letters that are going to be right here and use those letters to come up with any guess words you can possibly think of. And just type it and send it in the chat over and over again as fast as you can. Okay? That's all you got to do. And we will win. We will be successful. Are we ready? Steady? Here we go. Oh, where's the sound? Oh, bunts? Bunnies? I'll get the sounds. Hold on. There we go.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Nightbot.
We got bonus. Bonuses. Buttons. Button. There's two T's, an O, and a B. Why wouldn't button be on there? Oh, because I'm... There it is, buttons. And button. There we go. Yes! 47 board clears in a row. I forgot we had that streak going too. Oh my gosh. Oh, it carried over from last stream. We weren't sure if that was going to happen too. It's because it's the same session that's still running. That's awesome that the Wasp Plus bot is working like that. Well played. Good level. Good level. How many of us got that? It was like 420, myself, May, and then just the bots. So really just 3 people played there. Ooh-wee! All right, let's keep it going. Level 308, here we go. $30-minute warning, thank you. Ooh, belies. Believes. Belied. Oh, nice, Sean. There you go, bud. Belief. Files. Flies. Fleas. Beefs. Selfie? That one? No. What did you just get? Feels nice. Biles? There we go. We got one more word. Look at us go. It's such a high level. Nice clear. 48 clears in a row. Can we get to 50? Can we get to 50? I think we can do it. Let's go. Equate. Quiet. Oh, wreath. Weather. Yes, 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 yes. Ether. There. Q. There. W3. Why didn't that go through? Oh, because we used them all. Somebody guess 3. Somebody guess 3. Somebody guess it. 3. Earth. Heart. Wrath, nice. What else we gotta get? Hater. There we go. Eater. Did we get that one? Is that one there? Eater. Okay. Reheat. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Come on, chat. We're close. Water. There we go. Wheat. Did we get heater? Yeah, we got heater, eater. I think we need like 2 more. One more. What is it? What is it for a clear? Come on. What is it? Through. Oh. Wait, why does it think we missed there? That wasn't there. And eat? What the heck is that word? All right, well, we got 49 clears in a row. That's pretty good. That was a tough board to get a clear on. What is Harit? That doesn't make any sense. Right? Define Harit. No definitions. At this time, upon this event. Here at. Oh, here at. I'm like, Harit? We missed through. I think we just got locked up. We didn't have enough enough unlocked players. Yeah, there was only one missing word too, so I don't know why here at came in unless they removed that from that board. That makes me wonder. I'm gonna go check. Let's see. Let's see where ID equals. What's the big word there? What was the big word? Wreath. So earth, eater, ether, hater, heart. I'm reading them in order of the one in the database. Heart, hewer, there, three, through. Yep, that's the one we missed. Water, wheat, where, and wrath. That's all the 5-letter words. Now the 6-letter words. We got aether, heater, hereat. They must have removed it from the board. It wasn't on there before, right? Reheat and wreath. There's an extra word from the original board when this was added, which was back in December of last year, actually, this board got added. So they must have changed this board, maybe. May, do you recall? Actually, well, I'll check on YouTube here. What did the board look like? Yeah, we had already guessed all 6-letter words, so they must have changed that board now. What am I supposed to do about that, by the way? Like when Words on Stream changes boards, think it was there, pretty sure I botted it in first lock. Here at? Let me see. Oh, you did? Yeah, the RugMat bot got it. I see it on the board, actually. Can I show you? Let's go like this. YouTube.com/Clarkio. You did guess it. You're right. Let me show you. Oh, back up. There's here at right here. It just happened too fast or something. There's something causing it where when it's a bot, it does not pick that up as a correctly guessed answer for some reason. Sometimes. So like RugMat bot, it didn't pick up on that. I think I need to add. It's hard to tell what happens in that situation. It's just like a speed and latency thing that I think is causing it, a timing issue that causes these little bugs like this. Also, who is locked here? So we had the Wasp Plus bot, RugMat bot, myself, May, and 420, and Nightbot. We needed to use Stream Elements bot on that one. Oh. I feel like instead of having separate commands for every bot, I need one that just triggers all of them to repeat the same thing. You know? I think !Q should be the same for Stream Elements and Nightbot. I can change that actually. Let me go do that. So that way it just repeats it. Nightbot. Is it Nightbot that's the... Which one's the Q? Which one's W? Yes. That's Nightbot. Okay, yeah. I want to switch Nightbot to be Q. I'm going to edit this one. I'm going to change it to Q. So it also does that every time. That way we don't have to do a separate one for Stream Elements and for Nightbot. All right, ready? Q test 2. There we go. That'll help, I think. Yeah, some kind of time delay. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we still passed the level, so that's good. We just didn't keep the clear streak. That's fine. Let's keep it going. We're going to go level 315 now. Everybody ready? Quell. Quality. Dials. Dilated. There's 2 T's. Whenever there's 2 double letters, that means it's in the word for sure. Ditto. Taint. Oh, okay. Quaint. Oh, what's the big word then? We're missing one more word, one more letter. There, quantity. Unity. Got that one. I can't see words at this one. Why am I not seeing these words? I'm glad you all are getting it here. Nitty? That one? I can't. I'm stuck. I'm like having a mind block right now. Quint. Natty? Oh, okay, I got that one. Nice. Thank you for the assist on that 420. All right, one more word. Alphabetically between taunt and unity. Titan.
Clear.
Nice, clear. Nice, clear. Ooh. Ooh-wee. 320, 320. On a good run, considering we have such a limited number of players, too. Thank you for 420 and Rugmat and May and Sean helping out here. Let's keep it going. Bible. Laden. Enables enable. Nice job, 420. Ables. Baleen well, right?
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Olive Osteros.
Hey, what's up, Olaf? Easel. Getting tighter. It's getting tougher and tougher. I think close one only happens when it's within a certain point range. So because it was 4 points over, it wasn't as considered a close one for some reason on that one. I think it's when you get 1 star, it's considered a close one, actually. That's what it is. It's by stars. Ooh, pints. Stain. Pains. Density. What? Oh, inset's already been guessed. That's why. No! What did we miss? Cited and Ditzy. Why did Wasp Plus Bot think there's Tines? Tines is in there. Oh, man. Hey, that was a good run. 322? Not bad, not bad. Why did the bot say Tines was... I don't know, Rugmat. It's just a weird random bug that tends to happen. Yeah, I know. I mean, you could see on the website it caught it. The Wasp Plus website part of it caught it, but the bot didn't catch it. Must have been locked. Maybe. No, look at the word list. The correct word list on the screen says Tines. I don't know why the bot in the chat. So the bot in the chat operates separately from the website. So the bot should have picked it up, but there must have been something where the bot missed that guess for some reason. I think what happens is sometimes maybe my other suspicion there is maybe 2 guesses, correct guesses within a short time frame, like almost instantaneously. I think that throws things off. I don't know what to do about that necessarily, other than like for each guess, put in like a half a second delay before going. Yeah, I think it's a timing thing, May. I think a half-second delay between capturing each correct guess might be the only thing to do there, because I think it's in the middle of processing one correct guess and then the other one happens at that same time, and so it misses it and doesn't realize that that was another correct guess that happened. Or maybe the event doesn't actually show up in a WebSocket. That could be another thing. That might be something we can actually test and try out. Anyway, let's restart and keep having fun. Oh wait, how did I not see that? I was trying to guess that one. Not too shabby. Retro. Not too shabby.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Ranked.
What's up, Kieran? Happy to have you here. Ooh, close one. That was a tough one for me. Struggling on that one. You said vibe? You might have been locked, Kieran. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. Gold, gold, gold. Whoops. Tally, a tilt attic, and cattail. Ugh. I never remember that one. Hey, look at my points. I think B is fake. Yeah. Man, what are these other words? Oh, got that one. What's the other one though? Something before. Not too shabby. Limb. Oh. Bugs me when I see ones that I should have known. What do you mean? Elder, alder, lead. We didn't get lead? Lard, okay. Man, Allie's the only one I think. Allie and Alder are the only ones I would have missed. All right, we got like another. We can finish this out, basically.
An ad is about to start in 2 minutes on Twitch.
Nice chat, nice chat.
An ad is about to start in 1 minute on Twitch. The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds.
What is this word? What's the big word? Got it.
Ooh, close one.
Rents, stern, and turns. All right, last round, then I gotta go. Thank you, May. That was the other one I was going to try and guess next. Yeah, I know. This is the last one, Sean. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Coach. Pause for this so it doesn't continue after. What's in the next words? I think it's something with each and then coalesce maybe or something like that. What are they? Chaos and Coca's. Oh, should have known those. All right, GG's chat. Appreciate you all. Hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. We're going to go raid over into probably Dylan's stream, assuming he's alive right now. So you can keep playing words and all that fun stuff. Yep, he is. Okay. I will be back next Friday, which will be June 26th. Hope you all can make it. Be right back here at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/ClarkIO and youtube.com/ClarkIO. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. I know it was a short one. Next stream, we should be able to get back into actually building and working on the bot some more. I've been getting an itch off stream to work on it. I just haven't necessarily had the time outside of other work stuff and personal stuff going on, but it's good to have that feeling. Thank you for the Father's Day wishes there, Sean, to the other fathers out there. Hope you all have a good Father's Day as well this weekend. And yeah, I'll be back next week with more of the same. So if that interests you, I hope to see you back next week. If not, have a good week ahead. Think about your wins of the week as we get into it. And I appreciate everybody that was here, whether you followed, you had to watch stream, if you were lurking, if you played words with us, if you just chatted. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the stream in that free way like that. It means a lot to me to have you here, and it keeps me coming back. So thank you for that, and I hope to see you next stream, all right? Have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. I'll see you next week. Peace out.
Thank you.